Hey, we're here at the Good Ideas Salon. It's me, Nicholas Lord, and Syleste Porter, hosted by 22 Squared. It's going on live right now. Let's check it out.
So the Good Ideas Salon came out of PSFK in New York as part of kind of a way to get people involved in the ad industry and get people talking again. There's four of us here on the panel. There's Chris Perkins, who runs Blitz Media. There's a woman here from HBO, and there's a guy here from the Tampa Bay Rays. As I understand it, the idea is really brand advocacy and how consumers are engaging with brands in new and relevant ways.
Welcome, Ben Allen. Thanks for coming out to the show today. Ben, tell me, what are you doing here at the Good Ideas Salon? What are you going to be talking about today?
Well, it seemed like a good salon on an interesting topic of brand advocacy and getting people talking, and it's obviously a kind of a hot button now in the industry.
Tell me about a recent out-of-the-box idea that you've seen that was just amazing to you. You found to be very interesting.
I thought it was a lot of fun when Oprah went on Twitter.
Yeah.
And started talking to folks and kind of communicating with her audience on a big national and personal way, along with misspellings and everything else, kind of bringing the humanness and the humanity into it. I thought it was really great, brand appropriate way for her to connect, as well as her use of Skype and other technologies to kind of get in touch with people.
Is there any advice that you are going to be willing to share with the participants? Tell me a little bit more about the advice that you're willing to share.
Well, I mean, we're a market intelligence firm that's really focused on brand passion and bringing that passion to life for consumers and getting them to become advocates and really passionate about the brand. So we work with everybody from Starbucks to Axe Body Spray. And in the past, I've worked with a lot of great brands as well to kind of bring that passion out. And I think that that's kind of the important part of what brands do, is they give people something to believe in, something that's, exciting or helps them pursue their goals. And I think that that's something that starts to get lost kind of as we start to talk about all these different channels and media strategies and digital strategies and all of that. Is at the end of the day, it all comes down to really what's the brand idea and how do you communicate that to people in a relevant way.
Wow, Chris, you've had quite a career. I mean, just to name a few, you've been a brand manager for Chrysler, Babies R Us, HP.
Come on.
Babies, beer,
burger, Babies,
booze.
Beer, burgers, booze.
Yeah.
So you've covered it all. So is there any particular skill that you think, other than your inquisitiveness, that has served you best during your career advancement?
Yeah, I mean, I think, marketing, the biggest opportunity in marketing is understanding the business problems that the clients face and then figuring out how to connect people to it. So there's a universalness to just figuring out how to help a client grow their business. And so stepping back and digging into what those fundamentals are, I mean, that's what I've always done, and it applies to everything from heating systems, which I've worked on, to selling cars, launch minivan in the Middle East. It's figuring out who wants it, why, and how that relates, and how do you connect that message to them. And that's what I've done across that diverse range of clients. The key to marketing ultimately is keeping things simple. And fundamentally, I think today there's a lot of places to hide from the honest truth. And so part of what I'm a big fan of is how do you reflect the truth, do it very compellingly, and connect people to it. And so much of like social media is so immeasurable and yet so valuable. So there's a lot of people that are hiding in that space of you got to do this, but it's not measurable. I'm very comfortable doing things that are not necessarily perfectly measurable, but you should at least plan for how you're going to measure it. So that's kind of the thing that I'm going to focus on tonight.
Sabrina, you're a marketing director at HBO. You oversee, I'm going to have to look down, the development of consumer engagement strategies through HBO.com, email, and social media. And you've managed to activate fans from across 30 properties.
Yeah, that's a mouthful, right?
Yeah, right? So I noticed that one of the properties that you're managing is Flight of the Conchords. So can you maybe give us an example of something cool that you did to create awareness around Flight of the Conchords?
Yeah, sure. So the fun thing about, and the unique thing about the audience for Flight of the Conchords is it's sort of different, or it was 2.5 years ago when we first started on it. It was a little different than our typical audience for an HBO show. It's younger, more digital savvy, and we wanted to think about how do we reach these people these consumers, these people like me, in a new way, in a way that that they could relate to. And so one of the things that we wanted to do was figure out how to bring the sort of creative and cultural collateral that each of these individual Flight of the Conchords fans had, and have that create advocates out of those people who were super fans. And so we actually put together small, didn't cost a lot of money, pretty easy to execute contest where we had we asked fans of the show to create a poster for the guys, a new band poster for them, and then we told them that the guys, ultimately Brett and Jermaine, would pick their favorite, and the winner got a signed poster by them, and then, you know, obviously got recognition from Brett and Jermaine, which we felt like was kind of the ultimate prize for somebody who was a super fan of Flight of the Conchords. And, you know, we had nearly 700 entries into the poster contest, which is pretty sizable for a show doesn't have a massive audience. And, you know, for something that's UGC, we're actually asking for people to do it. But more importantly, the entries we got were awesome.
Wow, what a good idea.
So we narrowed down to our favorites, and then we had the community get in and vote and comment, and, you know, we took that into consideration as we sort of figured out which ones to elevate up to the guys so that they can pick their favorites.
Welcome, everyone. I'm here with Darcy Raymond with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Let me hear a hand clap for the Tampa Bay Rays. Let me hear a hand clap for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Darcy, what is it exactly that you do with the Tampa Bay Rays?
Well, I oversee the fan experience department, which is a big word for basically customer service, stadium experience, game entertainment, and content development. So basically, from the time you step into the parking lot to the time you leave, 81 nights a year, we make sure that all the touch points are good times.
Darcy, tell me about the fan experience compared to years ago when you transitioned from the Devil Rays into the Tampa Bay Rays.
It's kind of amazing to see it evolve over the years. Putting guidelines in place and you know, philosophies in place. And, we established a mission. One of the first things we did was to establish a mission statement, and our mission is to energize the Tampa Bay community through the magic of baseball. And we're very focused on a few key pillars. Baseball magic is one of them. Family fun, community is one of them. Tampa Bay. And then being sharp. We always want to be cutting edge, innovative. We want to be the front runners for trying new things. We're not afraid of failure. You know, we do a lot of things that don't make it, and we learn. And then we figure out why it didn't work, and we move forward.